Have you ever met someone who just has this quiet, unshakable strength? It's not loud, but you can feel it, right? Well, today we're going to dive into how really big life challenges can forge this unique kind of resilience. And it's not about being broken, not at all. It's about being rebuilt, but stronger.
This quote, wow, it just nails it, doesn't it? It really shows you there are two paths when hardship hits. One leads to shutting down, but the other leads to this quiet evolution. And in this explainer, we're going to walk down that second path, the one that builds a silent, totally misunderstood power.
And look, this isn't just some abstract idea. I want you to think about this for a second. If you've survived things that you never ever talk about, you've probably developed some rare psychological skills. Seriously, these aren't scars. Think of them more like tools forged in the fire of whatever you went through. So, let's take a look at what they are.
All right, first up, the calm in the chaos. The sciencey term for this is stress inoculation, and it's basically the superpower of staying centered when everything around you is just falling apart.
So, what is stress inoculation? It's not just getting used to stress. No, it's way deeper than that. It's like your brain is fundamentally rewired. Think of it like a vaccine, but for pressure. When you've been through high-stakes situations in the past, it teaches your brain not to just slam the panic button every time things get tough. So imagine this. A crisis hits at work. While everyone else is scrambling, you're the one who's seeing the solution. Your brain stays calm, it stays focused on what actually needs to be done.
And this comparison here just shows it perfectly. On the left, you see what happens before this inoculation. A high-stress event hits, and boom, overwhelmed, frantic reaction. That's your classic fight or flight kicking in. But look at the right. After inoculation, that same event triggers a calm, focused response. It's not that your emotions disappear, of course not. It's that your mind is in the driver's seat. Okay, let me ask you something. Do you ever find yourself noticing things that other people seem to just completely miss? Like the little shifts in someone's tone of voice or their body language. If that sounds like you, then you might just have our second trait. And that brings us right to our second trait, reading the unspoken, or what we call hyper-awareness. Now I want to be clear, this isn't about being anxious. It's a finely tuned survival skill for reading all the subtext, all the stuff happening between the lines in any social situation.
The key phrase here is survival skill, right? When you've had to anticipate what other people might do or how they might feel just for your own well-being, your brain becomes an absolute master at it. It tracks those micro-expressions, the tiny shifts in someone's voice, the little inconsistencies. It's that gut feeling you get. You know the one. The one that tells you your friend is upset even though they're smiling, or that a business deal just feels off even when all the words sound right. You're not just hearing the conversation. You're reading the entire unspoken language underneath.
So, what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, as you can see here, it's about sensing those hidden intentions. It's feeling the shifts in a room's mood before anyone says a word. It's understanding the unspoken group dynamics. And it's being able to see the truth behind what someone is saying, even if they're trying their best to hide it.
Okay, so we've got this calm focus under pressure and this heightened awareness of everything going on. So how do these two things fit together? Well, they're both key parts of a really profound transformation called post-traumatic growth.
Now, this is super important. Post-traumatic growth is not just about bouncing back to who you were before. That's resilience, and that's great. But this is something else. This is about bouncing forward. It's about using the adversity you face to evolve, to become a more capable, more emotionally regulated, and just a more enduring version of yourself.
And this slide really lays out the path perfectly. It's a journey. Step 1, you survive the hardship. You get through it. Step 2, in that process, you develop these incredible skills like stress inoculation and hyper-awareness. And then, step 3, those skills become the foundation for real, lasting growth. You end up with higher emotional regulation, greater endurance. You're just operating on a new level. And this all brings us to a really crucial point. It's about recognizing these traits in yourself. Not as flaws, not as damage, but as strengths. It's about completely reframing your own story.
I really want you to let this sink in. That ability you have to stay calm in a crisis, that tendency to see what everyone else misses, these are not symptoms of something being wrong with you. They are powerful evidence of what is profoundly right with you. They are the architecture of a strength that was built in silence, forged by everything you survived.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question. I want you to look back at the challenges you faced, especially the ones you never, ever speak of.
And don't focus on the pain. Instead, I want you to ask yourself, what strength have you built in silence?